Hello, everybody, and welcome to the kimchicast for the Worlds Qualifying Series, the unofficial but kind of official first game of Worlds. It's not Worlds, but it's kind of Worlds, as it is the first of its kind, as we see the fourth seed from LEC, Team BDS, take on fourth seed from North America. I gotta point a bit further. Golden Guardians. Now, this is a weird position. Both of these teams were in a much better spot earlier in the season. Golden Guardians went to MSI. They came into playoffs as the 1 seed, and it was looking pretty good until the wheels fell off in playoffs. Team BDS, finalists in summer, blown out in the regional finals. So both of these teams, chips on the shoulder, something to prove, by far something to prove, as we are getting just about into draft. Teams are introducing themselves, as this will be a best of 5. Only one of these two squads will go to the official World Championships. The other will play at most 3 games, or at minimum 3, at most 5 games before getting on a plane and shipping themselves home. Now, this is pretty solid. Both of these teams have very interesting strengths, and it's going to be close. I think it's going to be the Golden Guardians. 3-1. I just think the Guardians are a better team overall. Team BDS will really flash in the pans, as Golden Guardians have had a very solid 2023, except for 1 or 2 series. But anything is possible here. Completely new patch, slightly revised meta, so this is actually our first chance we're going to see to get any new picks, because we haven't seen Professional League in about 3 patches, now being on 13-19. But will Adams, I guess my main point is BDS need Adam to lead them through. Adam is their big flashy piece, and they're going to need him to show up. Meanwhile, Gory and River are going to need to regain that 2023 summer form, or else this might be a very disappointing finish for the Golden Guardians. Especially that this is going to be the easiest it gets. Golden Guardians or Team BDS, this is going to be the easiest opponent you face in a best of 5 all season if you win this singular BO5, as you face Team Wales, the 2nd seed from Vietnam. If you win that or lose that, you face one of the Flying Oysters from PCS or Detonation Focus Me from the LJL. It's going to be tough, but this is it. There's nothing left to do but execute on the plan. It's going to happen. Well, it's not going to happen, but we're going to see it, as I think we should be getting into draft very soon. They're loading into lobby. But otherwise, World's Qualifying Series. You're watching the kimchicast. I'm Box Kimchi, your favorite non-binary caster, who also may have given themselves food poisoning recently by eating a slightly undercooked burger, because I am very smart. This is going straight to the YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know that it wasn't streamed, because there would have been something on Twitch. Otherwise, we'll be here tomorrow with more timely streams, because this is currently at 12 in the morning, because I wanted to catch this specific series because I felt like I could, because the other ones are at 3 and 6, and that's not happening, so those will be recorded later in the day, tomorrow, after they happen. But for today, this is all pseudo live as it's happening, no VODs. But tomorrow you will see the Loud Rainbow 7 versus, there it is, Rainbow 7 versus PSG Talent. I'm actually gonna shrink the camera more. You're gonna see that live. Wow, crazy. But you will see the PSG Talent games, or yes, PSG. God, why do I keep saying the same point over and over again? PSG Talon versus Rainbow 7 and Detonation Focus Me versus the Flying... Wait, no, that's not happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is Rainbow 7 versus PSG and Loud versus... I made this Gigabyte Marines, or GAM Esports now. As now I get into draft, we see a lot of power picks broken through. And the Talia locked in immediately for Gory, and yeah, you knew it was coming through. Darius for Adam. It's almost guaranteed to be locked in. There's no way they don't. Adam is a very, very confident player, and maybe even the Gare and the fans here are liking it. But he's going to default to a very meta blind pick in Renekton, and we see the Orianna come through, a champion that usually shows up at Worlds. As always in River, the Guardians having a bit of fun, counter hovering the Garen and Darius, because it's a bit of good fun, you know. You're not at Worlds quite yet, but you're still playing in Korea. It's your first show matches at the World Championships. You might as well have a bit of fun, as we see Teemo. Teemo. No, it's Cassante, obviously. A very meta top laner. Been dominating the meta pretty much since launch and acceptance into pro play. The Yasuo Yone hovers. Gory has played a little bit of Yone, and it will come through here, as this is confirmed. Talia to Licorice. There we go. Now, what's the answer here? Just answer a mid, or answer a jungler. Thing is, you don't have the Rel, you don't have the Jarvan. I think this is going to be the Sejuani angle. I don't really see another besides Maokai. I didn't think it was going to be Maokai, though. I thought it was going to be a Sejuani angle, but Sheo actively deciding to play Maokai, which I believe he played less of throughout the season. He did play more Orianna. Nautilus immediately taken away. This is an engage support meta right now. Lots of Rels, lots of Nautiluses, maybe even Threshes, but Enchanters are not very favored in the current situation that we are facing. Now, easy Nautilus ban. It's just going to be supports, ADCs gone. Very boring stuff. Lee Sin. Do they believe this is a Maokai support? Possibly. So they're going to ban away Lee Sin, who did get buffed for the jungle, specifically for Worlds, because they do that always, and it's kind of a Riot thing. I'm intrigued, though, because there's the Kalista, who pairs very well with both Enchanters and Engagers. So the Kai'Sa still available here. The Ezreal taken out, a very powerful ADC all around in most metas, but just what are the ADCs left in the pool? Ashe, Caitlyn, pretty much the last two ADCs you'll think of. Maybe a Varus if one of them are feeling it. Rakan taken, no Xayah, but Rakan, one of the strongest supports in the game at the moment. Maybe even the strongest support on the patch. So a very good positioning there on a blind support pick for BDS. What do you answer into that, though? It might just have to be a Caitlyn, because there's not many other ADCs left on the board that are that strong, but it is going to be Kai'Sa, which maybe means Caitlyn or Ashe over to BDS. What do you pair with a Kai'Sa? A Mumu, a very interesting pick. Came around Worlds 2022, Mumu got two Qs, and it didn't really pop off. It wasn't that great. It didn't make a Mumu super meta. It made him for the first half of the tournament, but by playoffs, he was not very favored. Now, is this just going to be the Caitlyn locked in and secured? The Sivir, another champion that I never really think about, but Sivir. What on earth? This is the scaling comps to end all scaling comps, if I've ever seen one. Just unbelievable. This is a pretty standard comp, honestly, from what you would see. It's not awful. Let's put it that way. It's not going to be terrible. It's kind of an interesting pick. I don't know about the Sivir. I'm never really a fan of the Sivir in pro play, though. Not since Sivir fell way out of favor back in 2020. 2021, Sivir really kind of fell out of favor in the ADC pool. But with the Rakan and the Orianna and the Maokai, I've casted games like this before. You got one combo, you pull it off, you're gonna probably win the fight. And we're going to have to just see how BDS execute. As long as you execute, you should be perfectly fine in these comps at any point. It needs to be executed well, and as long as that can happen, I don't see an angle besides pure chaos where the Golden Guardians take this game over. There's no angles. Renekton's going to be able to be pretty solid in lane into a Cassante, a champion that wants to get in your face, be in there, all that nonsense. And we are into game here for the first game of the not World Championships. And it's nice. It's nice to have League back. It's been a month and a half, no professional league. It kind of feels bad. And easy peasy starts. Easy vision onto Adam as well as... That's the Amumu. Oof. Prom Prince Amumu, I believe. Or whatever the new Halloween skin is. I don't care. Gory going... lethal tempo here. So we're going to see a traditional Yone, which is not what you would... Or I guess what you would expect, what you would hope to see against any... I mean, for most teams, honestly, you would expect to see a simple Yone, not the Korean build that is even Shroud and kind of Grief. Adam just trading Licorice and trading Licorice poorly here as kind of losing the trade, but it doesn't really matter. Neither of these guys are going to fight. Cassante loses no mana, and Adam gets a little bit of Fury. That doesn't matter. It's just going to be... Why do I need to keep readjusting my camera? It's very frustrating. You know that? It's very annoying to keep readjusting this thing to make it fit as best as it can. Licorice getting the early trade, but Adam just able to get it right back with a Furied Q. There's not much going to happen. These are two very strong scaling comps. So it's going to be a lot of sitting and farming and a little bit of poking with abusable range advantages for both teams. They're also not going to get their junglers on early. Sheo needing level 2 to gank and honestly needing ulti to gank super efficiently. And River able to gank at level 2, level 3 for most efficiently. It's going to be easy vision control as both junglers are going to meet each other here, actually. Sheo might be able to go for a small invade or an early gank on Yone and force out this flash from Gory. Gory's pretty low right now. Nuke trading pretty solidly. And a flash. Q. Flash WQ is immediately going to secure the first blood for Nuclear Duck. Or Nuclear Int, sorry. And that's just super well played. Flash W right onto Gory. Q him back. Make him question if he even gets to use his flash here. This is just so well played by Sheo. This flash and just the way he positioned. Just, there's no way Gory can possibly flash that in time without really knowing it was going to happen. But River will await. Or will... River's... Okay, there's the Rift Scuttle spawn. It was not showing on top River for some reason. And the push from Sivir is strong into Kaisa, as it should be. River looking for an answer here, but I believe BDS no. Do they? Adam should be playing safe here. Respecting the potential of River and a nice blast, or not a blast cone, a nice Scryler's there from Nuke. And Gory just trying to trade anything to get back onto the board. But nice Scryler's to identify River and stop a potential gank after kind of knowing it was there. This lane's going to be a bit tough for Gory for quite a while. Adam getting the trade back and dashing away. Licorice cannot get the Q3. It's just a lot of standing and farming, looking for potential picks. Adam has the level lead, but by only a minion, and it's not going to mean too much eventually. Amumu, who he's rotating very aggressively here, just for the ward. Not going to be able to make a play. I should not be doing this on camera. Not going to be able to really do anything to make a play. Adam going to dodge the Q3 and try to trade back onto Adam. A nice Fury. Nice stun with the... I don't know the name of that ability. Blood of the Sands. Probably isn't. That's a good name. I think that's a different thing entirely. Thing is, Labrov can't really get in there without just giving Crowny over to Huhi, or giving himself over to Huhi and canceling the Airborne. It's gank time, just about time for fights to start. Sheo, not on vision, but gets spotted by Huhi there and just has to run away. Adam, first player to get ulti. River gonna have to just pressure Nuke away a little bit to keep his team alive. Sheo has control of the river, but it's not going to mean something. Okay, thanks, computer. It's not going to mean too much. Licorice just forced away from wave. Adam will get the first plating here and extend this gold lead to about 1,000, to just over 1,000. Gory, nice ultimate to survive and drag Sheo all the way to his tower. Tanks a turret shot. Is there going to be anything else, though? A nice shockwave. The flash out. Q auto. Incredible plays there by Nuke and Sheo. Oh. NA is just crumbling right now. Guardians. Nice flash EW by Adam to secure the third kill. And it's just a bloodbath for BDS. Just so many misplays, and it seems we're getting playoff form, Golden Guardians. Is this going to be an overextension? No, Licorice knows and can easily get away, has the all-out available. So, Cassante will not be yielding just yet. Adam trying to farm him, but the Fury, or the Dominus, is going to get so much damage. I don't think Licorice is going to be able to shred through all this. But does Adam have the chase? No chase from Adam, sadly, for BDS, but is more than enough to be alive and force the all-out from Licorice. And this is just so well played. The Golden Guardians just have no answers or respect, really, for BDS right now. And this is where Gory's mistake comes in, re-answering, really. This top lane play, actually. River does not get to ulti in. And Adam is going to back off to recall, knowing the situation at hand. It just, Gory can't get anything here. The Yone is not working so far. Very behind, very dead frequently. He's here to help rebalance the pressure, hopefully, just a little bit. Get the threat down. Be an issue and rotate onto the Herald eventually. But it's just going to be Cassante and it's just going to be Licorice and River, as Crowny is going to trade for plates here. Brav hunting for a bit of vision. It's not going to end up happening too well or too much. Do they have smite? They need to start running here. And they're going to steal the Rift Herald, flash, Q, smite, and it's going to be a double kill for Adam just about. Yep, that's Adam with the double kill, the slice. Not even the slice and dice. And it's just not looking good at all. Every move the Guardians make, it is falling back to hurt them. And they have not been able to be proactive at all. Every attempt at being proactive has been perfectly answered by BDS. They need to find the big play, which is kind of what I was saying would need to happen for them to win this game in the first place, because of a draft issue that I think is there. Crowny can 1v1 Stixay right now. Or Stixay can 1v1 Crowny. That's how that works. Thank you, me. A nice flash, but the cleanse immediate. And that's going to be Stixay. There it is. The answer from Golden Guardians. And Kaisa's still behind. Nice flash ulti to force the cleanse and get the re-Q. But this play is going to matter way more than that. There's no flash. There's no smite out. Licorice and River didn't even stand a chance. Adam doesn't even have to burn his flash for this in the end. Easiest play of Adam's career. I mean, this is a good answer, I guess. A good response. Nice force there. But that's going to be 2 ultis out. That's 2 massive ultis out from the Guardians that should be punished. Licorice on the flank here. Interesting. The gold diff is absolutely massive. 2,000 on the main solo laner. On the solo laners. There's just nothing that the Guardians can do right now to really answer this. They don't have the rotations. They don't have the strength or power right now to really do much. Adam is just far, far ahead with 3 kills, I believe. Yup, 3-0. Nice play there to survive, and that's merely all he can do. And Sheo's just going to zone. Sheo's just going to be able to zone off anyone who rotates. Down to this bot lane. No one's covering mid now. River looking for a lane play, potentially. And that's going to be 3 plates over 2 nuke. Adam's going to try and get as much of the turret as he can. It's down to 1/5 of its health now. Who he going to find Labrov? And immediately back off, knowing where nuke and... Actually, only knowing where nuke is. They didn't know where Sheo was, and that's what mattered the most out of anyone there. This Sheo is so strong. Sheo is so far ahead on this Maokai already. Down only 5 CS and has 5 takedowns. Just been super active on the map. There's nothing the Guardians have been able to answer, and they need to find a play, and they can't think of any plays to cook up. They don't know where Sheo is. And Sheo's going to get ulted down here. No resistances and a nice play. Oh, a good cancel there. But is there going to be enough to follow up? Stixay's out alone with nothing to do. Gory can't answer the fight at all and just has to run away. Licorice's attempt to stop the teleport gets him killed. The damage. Flash Q again. And Nuke is 3-0-4. It's not even competitive. The BDS make it look easy. And they somehow find 2, not 3. This is such, I mean, a nice, but then this is clean from Labrov. Just forces out so much. And then Gory just shows up, can't really do anything by the time he gets there. Has to flash, and gets flashed on. And I mean, a nice cancel there by Licorice, but he can't run. Adam just took full advantage of him having to really overextend for that and just turned him into a fine paste on the floor. What are the Guardians going to do? They need to find a huge answer somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it. Gory's so far behind in terms of gold. Stixay is behind in everything. Licorice is behind in everything. River's even. It's not looking good. As the golden lead has bloomed to an impressive 6,000. Is Labrov out of position? Nope. Able to get away with that grand entrance. Irony. That's what we call irony. Oh, a nice stun. Airborne onto Adam, but I don't think Licorice could take this. The level 2 Dominus is available for Adam, and Licorice doesn't have a turret to run to. This would be a very bold play that probably wouldn't work. As we see the bot lane heading mid for the Golden Guardians right now. Adam is just going to be able to take down Licorice here. There's not much to stop him from just running at Licorice. He's just going to keep that Fury charged up and prepared to go all in on Licorice whenever the time calls for it. Just going to keep answering the waves for now and disrupting Licorice's game flow. The Rift Herald is up, but I don't believe the Guardians are going to be able to even challenge for it. Nuke has teleport available. Adam is on the Rift Herald right now. They have all 5 members. Oh, well, 4 out of the 5 members. And 5 out of the 5 members that can make it there. On the Rift Herald right now. And it's over. Yeah, it's gone. There's no contest. There's no Drake answer even for 3 more minutes. And they're just going to go for an invade. They're just going to go for an invade. Hope to find Nuke out, who already knows the play is there because of a ward that was on there. It's just brutal. And that's going to be the third. That's going to be a second turret now. And River's just going to get a blue buff for all this. All his troubles throughout this game for 1 blue buff. As all of the gold in this difference comes from BDS's solo lanes. The only lead that the Guardians have is Huhi's 30-something gold lead over LeBron, which means nothing, as they are both building tanky support items that are cheap and don't even have them finished yet. They're barely even in jungle. They're not even in. They're barely even in ADC. They're 2,000 behind in both solo positions. And I think you gotta. And if I were the Guardians, this would just be where I call it in. You just start going for crazy plays, just absolutely psychotic plays, and call it a series, or call it a game at least. Go for some absolutely balls to the walls play. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You're already so far behind that it's gonna take a miracle to come back in this game. Like the closest thing to a miracle for the Guardians to even contest anything else in this game. Because it's not going to happen. Nuke is just going to be able to run all over this squad. Adam is going to fear nobody as he just walks forward. Just nothing's happened this game. It's kind of boring. And Guardians go next. Just go next. No chance you win this at the moment. Just nope. Look at that gold difference. Look at that win prob. It literally is flat line that is pressed up to the bottom. It is 100% in BDS's favor. I mean, obviously, the Guardians did some cooking. It's not paying off. If they can find Adam here, it would actually kind of pay off. And the bandage toss misses. They just give up. They need to get something to cook here, because otherwise they need to stop cooking. And I think they would stop cooking this game. Amumu was not at all, has barely been a factor. The gory Yone has been horrendous. The River Talia has not been working so far. The only things that have worked are Kaisa and Amumu, and they haven't been able to play. So what are you going to do with it? Like, that information's meaningless because they haven't been able to play the game. It's just such an early lead. This is a very snowball-y comp from BDS. Not much you could do to stop it. Or at least not much you could do to stop it if you do what Golden Guardians did and fell behind as fast as humanly possible. The Kraken Slayer out now into the solo... Actually, no, into duo tanks. I forgot Moon was on the map. It's just so little to do in this game. I don't think it's going to be possible for them to come back and win this. I don't think it's going to happen at all. There's just no real... Oh, sorry. There's just no real angle that I see at all. I mean, Adam's running into the Golden Guardian's jungle. They're all just running into the Golden Guardian's jungle. They're going to just catch out Licorice here real quick. They have advanced. They have strong positioning in the enemy's jungle right now. If you need to know how bad this is going, the Rift Herald is about to take out half this turret. Adam's about to wipe out the other half if unchecked. A nice CC chain onto Adam, but it's not going to matter as the ulti from Maokai comes out. The ulti, Curse of the Sad Mummy is going to catch nobody. Who he's just in there dying for the cause, and there is no cause. Stixxay runs for his life and will barely survive, as BDS are just going to go for the end here. It's a 20-minute game for Team BDS. Stixxay stands alone as the Golden Guardians falter early and painfully to start the World Qualifying Series, as they are now, and down 1-0, and that's not going to be good. Team BDS take game 1. That's a typo. They do not tie the series. They lead this series 1-0 and are 2 wins away from facing Team Wales on Wednesday. That was brutal. That was a game of all time. Game was something that was real boring. It was a clean stomp, and if that's a sign of the games to come, not only would I be terrified if I were a Golden Guardians fan, I would be bored to death as a League of Legends fan. It's just not a good series. I mean, good news for BDS. You are steamrolling the competition right now and are looking so damn good out the gate, which is awesome to get that momentum early. But it just isn't very good. Like, this is going to be a tough series to watch if this is the state of the games. It's also going to be a tough series to commentate, as there were about 4 fights that happened, and it's not going to be that great. We'll be back for game 2 in about 10 minutes. Alright, welcome back to the kimchicast, as I'm dubbing it, which is the most stupid and pretentious name of all time. But, as we see a Team BDS curb stomp in game 1, and it is now 1-0 for the EMEA 4 seed. What on earth are the Guardians doing? What is their answer going to be? Well, I don't know. We really, really hope that their answer is to anything. The Guardians need to do something. They need to play, besides play better and get the vision control, they need to draft an actual team comp instead of a bunch of uncoordinated picks. They just really weren't in a position ever to try and make a play. The Talia never really had her gank rhythm. River never had his gank rhythm ready. Gory just was playing a melee into Orianna, which was their own pick, by the way. They saw it, and they chose to pick Yone into it, and left Maokai up in the jungle, which is just a massive mistake to do into any Orianna matchup, really, with a melee. The bot side was really the only bright spot at all. And that's not saying much, because the bot lane had 0 impact at all. So, I mean, the Guardians just need to fix everything here. It's just an everything problem right now, and the Guardians need to fix that everything problem. They looked pretty excited. Not even excited. They looked like they were prepared in that. In the backstage, they were looking like they were ready, and hopefully they were cooking up something good, because otherwise it's gonna be bad. And you see immediately getting rid of that Renekton, not even wanting to give Adam a chance on it. The Rumble and Jarvan coming out, 2 powerful picks that River and Licorice both love. Jarvan being a pick River loves, and Rumble being a pick both of them love, is the Orianna 2 picks from last game already banned away, and that's really big. Meanwhile, BDS don't change the plan at all. Stick to the Rumble, Jarvan, Rel bans, knowing the power picks, and it's another first pick Talia immediately coming through. They have confidence in River. Meanwhile, Nuclear Int picking up this new power pick, actually. A champion people were predicting that can have massive impact on this world's meta, as LeBlanc was kind of pushed to the wayside along with Tristana. The Ahri was thinking of it, or people are thinking this could be the big thing, but it's just going to be another Maokai lock-in. It worked so well for Sheo. Why wouldn't they lock it in a second time if given the chance? Now, what is the new draft strategy? Are they just going to try and lock in their bot lane here? And they will. Crowny taking Ezreal, a champion that throughout his career he has shown proficiency on. Whether it was on Vitality, BDS, I can't remember any other teams he was on because I'm pretty sure it was only those two in the LEC. And we're going to see the Kalista, who was banned away last in Wave 2. He was she was R5 forward. No, R5, RB5 in the last pick phase, or the last ban phase. And Cassante coming right back to Licorice. No answer though. I think this is a Gnar pick. It's not going to be. I'm going to shut up because it's not going to be a Gnar pick. I know. Gnar does work into Cassante, but we have to. I mean, Adam, can he play it? I don't know. I've never seen Adam play Gnar. Who do you think he is? And this is going to be the Garen lock-in. An Adam special, finally. It took 2 games somehow. I thought it was going to be earlier, but it took 2 games for an Adam special to come out here at the Not World Championships. I thought it was going to be 1. I thought they were going to take the Darius, but they don't. They're going to ban away the Jax, despite knowing the top lane matchup already. They ban away the Jax. What is this point? Unless it's Jax support? I don't think so. I don't see it. The Alistar banned away as well. A nice ban there to avoid another synergy with the Ezreal, as they would be able to lock it in before River would, who also would like to have an Ezreal, or to have an Alistar in that lane nonetheless, though. Would be pretty nice. But what would it be? Another Nautilus ban. Another good pick with the Kalista. Taken away, and that's going to be 100% ban rate for Nautilus so far. Not quite the... What am I going with this? Yeah, it's kind of a pick everyone was expecting to see a lot of, or get banned a lot. It just makes sense because it's very strong. Nautilus is in the meta. The ADCs that are in rotation are very powerful. Kalista, Ezreal with him. And we're going to see the Syndra banned away. And we're going to see another Rakan come out for LeBron, a champion he's played a ton of, and surely hasn't gotten tired of playing just yet this season, and also throughout his career, as Rakan's always kind of meta. Now it's going to have to be a blind mid pick, which did not bode well even when they had the counter available. So it doesn't really matter. They're probably going to pick mid here just to give Huhi some time to figure out his support and not have to trade, as Stixay will lock in the Nico for his mid laner. Gory on Nico. Nico's a champion that started spiking in popularity again after 2-3 years out of the meta since her release back in 2018 and some play into 2019. And this is going to be a Bel'Veth support. Are you kidding me? Actually, is this going to be... This might actually be a rotation. This might be the Talia for Gory and the Nico for Huhi. I do not see this going mid or support. I see this going jungle. And this is going to be a simple Azir pick into the Talia. I believe River is going to get his hands on Bel'Veth for the first time in this series and at the World Championships. It will be the Nico support. It will be the Nico support. Good. That's nice to see those trades coming through. And just about... It's about as much as you could ask for from any of these players. It's going to be an interesting comp as we're going to see this Pop Blossom combo with the, I don't know the name of it, Kalista ulti. That kind of seems to be the strategy, the plan that's going to revolve this comp. You may be wondering, why did this moron say Bel'Veth support? It was a thing. Don't ask. Talia support's also a thing. Bit more popular than... I think it's a bit more popular than Bel'Veth support because Bel'Veth support immediately stopped being a thing, thankfully. It was, though, for a very small amount of time. It was. And just the reminder, it is 1-0 for Team BDS right now. This could be the dagger. This, or not even the dagger, but this could be the pressure point for the Golden Guardians. They need a win here desperately if they don't want to have to go to Silver Scrapes to win this series. The last NA series we saw this year was a 1-0 deficit for NRG, who came back as they won the LCS. So maybe Golden Guardians trying to channel some of that very interesting NA magic that isn't real. I promise you isn't real, because if it was, they wouldn't be doing this constantly at the World Championships. Oof. And nothing too special coming out here. Pretty standard builds. Can't see the runes on River, but I'm assuming it is either Conqueror or Lethal Tempo. We'll see it in a second, actually. As... yeah, there it is. It is the Conqueror coming through for River. And this is pretty simple stuff. Those images look terrible as they are blown up to hell and back, even on my very standard sized monitor. But just... this is it. This is the start. You just need to see some execution. You just need to see some execution out of the Golden Guardians. River taking very aggressive positioning as the camp spawn. And it's going to delay Sheo and River's clear. As Adam and Licorice are now fighting. And River's just wasting Sheo's time here. Very interesting plan. Because Nuke can't rotate quite yet. River taking a very aggressive angle, though. And I kind of want to see this work out. I think Sheo's just going to get all these camps. River's just trolling. Sheo can't start his camps here. Because... River doesn't really give a damn. And look at how much damage he's landing with these dash autos. It doesn't matter. Because as long as Gory is Talia, he's going to have push advantage into Azir and going to be able to rotate faster than Nuke ever would be without sacrificing. Sheo just has to respect this, and it's so much stolen away. What a play by River there. Kind of smart. I do like it. Getting funky in game 2. Something needed to change, so maybe it was time to start trying to gap the jungle a bit harder by absolutely trolling. Oh my goodness. River, you psychotic man. It's going to be a secured smite and a flash away as River's just going to steal this blue buff now. Who he's here to answer and support in case of any issues that come through, but that's crazy. The NA fans just taunting. And that's incredible. River making Sheo's life hell to play. And that's just an interesting jungle strategy I've never seen employed, and I loved it. That's going to be the Rift Scuttle secured. And it's going to be a massive jungle diff right now, entering this very, very late early game. It's extremely late early game as Licorice is winning the trades onto Adam, but as long as Adam disengages, he'll be able to heal, but I don't think Adam's going to get a chance to disengage as he gets a nice silence there. But it's not going to do too much in terms of swinging health bars or wave state, really. Licorice doesn't really care about the wave. He's Cassante. So he kind of just is ready. There's going to be a good answer here. Actually, a nice flash root. The Tangle Barbs able to find Lebrav. The Flash W forced out, but a Flash Ignite for who he is. Sheo's going to try and return the favor a little bit. Nothing. Sheo will not get the answers. The Ignite onto Licorice to cancel his recall. That's going to suck. That is tempo to the maximum. That is the definition of tempo. Lebrav looking for a play and knowing it wasn't going to happen. Oh, Huhi gets caught out, though, and that's not going to be good for Huhi at all. Going extremely low. Licorice, wait, has the all-out available. Oh, but wait, actually, this could be huge if Sheo can just come in clutch. But I don't think Sheo's going to be able to kill him either. Sheo might just die here. The smite onto a minion. The dash forward. 2. No, but it's going to be more than enough. Here comes Gory looking for the kill, and it's 2 over to the Golden Guardians. And they came to play in Game 2. An incredible pair of ultimates. That's going to be a nice plating. That's so much money swung over to Licorice. This level up was perfect. This flash ulti was clean. And then Sheo has to bail out, but the issue is Sheo's so underleveled because of River throwing his jungle early, and Licorice is just able to find so much damage as he will not yield. It's just incredible ulti there from Gory. Great map awareness and positioning to be able to fly up there and just answer it. River going to be able to get this Drake pretty non-contested as long as Gory's here to even it out, as Sheo was pretty dead for that whole time. And with the smite coming through, that will be River securing the first Drake for the Golden Guardians this series. And it's so much value. This is an incredible turnaround as Adam's looking for a play. I don't think Gory knows he's there, though. The minion! The sleeper agent minion. Sleeper agent minion and Gory, and who he has to give up the play. As Lebrav comes around from behind here trying to counter them out, but a nice awareness from Huhi and Stixay to back up just enough. This is an advantage that they can push. But that's really good damage now. Adam's in a lot of danger here as he has no flash or way to escape besides running. Just very quickly. He didn't do much, and now Licorice is going to be able to trade this. There's no teleport. Uh-oh. Screen freeze. Not a pause. Nothing else. Licorice is going to get another plating here, and Adam can't really answer. Yeah, Adam just has to... Adam has no answer. Oh, no. This stream. Adam escapes. He has ulti. How is he still here as we get a nice ulti onto Gory? But will Nuke be able to secure the kill? No, the phase rush comes through for Gory and allows him to run the hell away. Adam is so far down. Tiffy and the Tiffy, indeed. Kind of works, and Sheo's back in this game now. It's going to be nice here as Licorice is just going to get his third plate now. Licorice will die to the turret, a bit too greedy. And that's going to be nice back on to Adam. Get him in this game a little bit. But 1 for 1 is not the end of the world, as Adam does seem to be going this damage Garen as opposed to a more tanky alternative. Who he burnt? Flash indeed, yes. Sheo does have the ulti now. It can be played, but going to give this up. Trading early Rift Herald is perfectly fine. Labrov gets so much vision down here. They will know when River comes back. And just... Licorice did get a bit unlucky that his ulti did not pull any further. But Adam gets a nice trade there. Flashes the MSI 2023 emote. And that's really it. Just 1,500 gold in that top lane, though, is going to be massive, as Casante's just pretty much able to do whatever he wants. What is the play here, though? From BDS, I mean, they still have a ton available. This game is far from over. There's full advantage available. As we see them start going back to just using this Garen as a free roaming, just another kind of roaming support player. But that's just going to be a lot of gold swung again. More gold swung. Adam is not going to be really able to stop Licorice from doing any of this. An ulti that's not going to find anyone. A True Shot Barrage is just kind of wasted. Really. The definition of a wasted True Shot Barrage there, but he's going to be able to farm it back a little bit. Licorice is just going to try and get something. Keep the harass onto Adam, even though he's full health and doesn't really need healing. Crowny is about even, as he's going for this Triforce. And then Manamoon has... Is this going to be a Shield Bow? Shield Bow rush out of Stixay, possibly. There's just nothing really to do. I mean, the lanes are winning, and that's what the Golden Guardians care about. Obviously, after last game where none of them were winning, they obviously care about the lanes being ahead now. They know where Gory is. And here's this weird, sneaky minion champion. And immediately knew. Nuke can count, ladies and gentlemen. Nuke knew how to count and punishes Gory for his inability to expect counting out of any player in League of Legends. And I think River's just going to give over this dragon. It's only second Drake. While it is an ocean, it's still just a second dragon. And it's fully acceptable to just give this over. The wall, just to stop any rotations from BDS, it seems. Labrov is able to get out of here with some healing. Adam. Oh, Licorice not going to get the pull. Looking for an ultimate there, it seems. This Herald's going to get 2 more platings onto Stixay and Stixay, Huhi, and River. Which is not bad. A lot of plates to 1. So the value for the Golden Guardians right now is really high as they enter the 13-minute point with a 3k gold lead. A nice cancel onto the dash there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Nuke. Oof. The phase rush just enough to get him away with a nice stun, a good smite away as Cassante just destroys a turret in the top lane. Usually I say it doesn't matter if you kill a tank top laner. It doesn't really matter if a tank loses top lane, but the issue is when the tank wins top lane as well. That's going to be an issue, as Licorice gets the full 5 on the turret platings, plus 2 kills, plus first turret gold. It's going to be a lot of money going to this Cassante. Just knows how to count. Oof. That was... Nuke knows how to count, and that's the issue. That was the issue for Huhi, who learned that nuclear and knew how to count. So what is the plan? Because Golden Guardians need to push his advantage. I mean, they try to push the advantage in mid lane, and Huhi died for the cause and cost them a dragon. Crowny's ulti is going to get barely anything here. As it's just going to be more farming from these mid laners. Or from these ADCs in the mid lane. Not much. Nice execute there onto the wave to secure the last bit of CS. River looking to get a bit funky now. And he's going to steal away this red buff with no one in sight to stop him. Cassante is just in the bot lane now. Sheo's going to counter invade for a bit more, for more money. It's just River and Adam up here. Adam flash forced teleport used by Gory though. Which doesn't really matter as Gory has this weird button called an ultimate. Sheo trying to catch out Sheo here and it's not going to succeed. And the water walking. Nope, that's phase rush. Or is that water walking? Water walking available. Flash out of Sheo now. And that's going to be a big deal. If Golden Guardians can push his advantage. They're going to push it onto Garen. Well, Gory's going to answer into Garen as he pretty much can with no punishment. This is going to be a fight, though, as they know where the Herald is. They know the Herald's being taken. They have the ulti available. They're going to find only Sheo with that ulti. A nice pullback there from Stixxay to keep Huhi alive. And it's just going to be a full disengage. As Cassante's just going to go in anyways. In a terrible position. Licorice hands over a kill to Sheo and company. BDS take the kill. They'll take those any day of the week. As the Guardians, well, Licorice specifically, positioning a bit too aggressively. And maybe expecting a bit too much of his power. As the rest of the team survive no problem. Well, I guess an ulti. I guess a soul bond being used, or whatever it's called, does imply something. River's just playing very aggressively here onto Nuke. Doesn't have anyone near, but just wants to force out that dash, I guess. And, yeah. It's just really boring. Anyways. The good things are stacking up, even despite their misplays, and by theirs, I mean Licorice's misplays. 3,000 gold lead almost. Just about. So there's still plenty to really be excited for the Guardians here, but this is by no means out of reach for Team BDS. They have more than enough available in the tank to really get this game going. LeBron going to have to dash away. River being very powerful. A nice catch, but not going to push him over the wall. Just the worst angle you could have possibly wanted there. Huhi tanks it. River also tanks it for reasons. Gory's just going to hide, though. Sheo, sweeper. Not going to find anything. This is just going to be a free dragon. Chemtech, so dragon. Jeez. Nailing 3 for 3. Chemtank. Damn it. Chemtech dragon. There we go. Is just going to be 100% secured. No problems by River. Pretty much alone. This could be a 3-man. There's no way for Adam, but Stixxay is still an ADC. What are you doing, Stixxay? Justice delivered. Adam gets an execute. That's Garen stuff. Why on earth was Stixxay contesting that? He overestimated how close his teammates were to him, and that's going to be a tower traded onto Nuke as well. There it is. This is also going to be not at all bad, as they're going to secure this second turret. Third turret now, actually. As all the tier 1s are officially down for Team BDS. Licorice just going to be able to escape here. Oh, never mind. It's not enough. Licorice will have to do some walking. Little bit of walking. As Sheo's going to secure this blue buff. But otherwise, mostly good. Stixay, I mean, they trade back these kills, but Stixay, what are you doing here? What is Stixay doing there, indeed? Why on earth is he pushing that? You're a Callisto. You're not... Oh, it's Bork. I'm dumb and said shield bow. It's almost always Bork. Why did I not say it was Bork? You don't have the damage or the attack speed yet to really fight him. So why do you do that? They're setting up to find a nice bot play here. Nuke. In a bad spot. That's not good. Nice plays, but is it even going to be enough? River flashes over the wall, the punches land, the dashes land, and the burn's going to take down the king of Shurima. Licorice just didn't want to fly away. He let it happen. It's just not looking good for Team BDS. This is going to be a very Tower and Drake dependent game, it seems, because Team BDS are even in kills and the Golden Guardians don't want to fight them. As we see a second item finish, the fastest 2 items on Ezreal, not on Cassante. Actually, it probably was on Cassante, but see the Muramana, the Manamune coming through, or Muramana, yes, the first step is Muramana. Golden Guardians playing super well here as well. Yes, indeed. Playing very well somehow. After game 1 where it was bad and terrible. This is still... There's still definitely opportunities for this to happen. The barrage, True Shot Barrage is going to be used to get the wave. The push is going to be nice in mid lane. Crowny, level 12 doesn't really make a difference here. It's just another level onto W. They're zoning off the Baron pretty well, but it's not going to mean anything as Lebrov has no escape now. Nice stun! And the quickness forced out, and there's going to be no chase there in the end. But really good forces by River and Gory. And Licorice is just going to siege this bot turret. This is bot tier 2 as the rest of the Guardians do other stuff. I mean, Licorice just in the blender, not taking any damage still. That's how far ahead he is at this point on this Cassandra. He's just not... He doesn't care about facing down Adam. He knows he can survive it clean. The damage is going to have to be a lot of combos. Adam is pretty much only useful against the squishies right now. And in chase downs. He's not going to die, but he's not going to escape a ton. But you see the second item coming through for Talia. It's going to be Archangels next, which will immediately become a Mikhail's, which is very good for Talia. Stixay still working towards that Rage Blade. So, ADC lead is pretty big right now. He should have it on back, though. Licorice now contesting Nuke. But it's not really going to do anything as Licorice is just keeping this wave pushed for Dragon Siege. Meanwhile, BDS might be positioning for the Baron here. Don't think it will be a Baron take. You also see that Nico skin causing a weird error on its own. Doing the thing that Kayn did a little while ago, if you remember, with his Dawnbringer skin, Nightbringer Kayn, where it showed the skin actually instead of the base champion. They're going to Baron. They're really considering the Baron here, as this is going to be sole point for the Golden Guardians now. A nice combo found onto Lebrov, and that's going to be a good chunk of damage. Is Gore going to get the chase down here? No, the nice jump away from the battle with the battle dance will keep Lebrov alive. River taking a very aggressive position against Adam there. And they're looking for Baron. Gory's just going to keep hitting it. And by hitting it, I mean missing it. Dodges from Adam. Nice moves. Onto the W from River. And Licorice is just going to finish off this turret. And it's going to be another massive pressure advantage here. That's going to be a tier 2 down. They have wave advantage in mid, and Gory's going to reset this, or looking to get top push so they can get this Baron set up, hopefully. That's going to be a really big deal. This Baroned up Cassante and, or Gory and Licorice with Baron are going to be so huge. And obviously River, as the Empress of the Void herself, going to be huge. Hoo-hee. River going for this now. Golden Guardians actually going for it. And interesting plays. That was a bit of a long Baron posture, really. I'm not opposed to it. I just am not a massive fan of it. It's just too much of a Baron posture. And now BDS are just going to easily regain all this control on the pit. Very close. This is going to be a game of inches as Labrov is going to burn a lot, and Crowny's going to get a nice shred on the health bar of River. And he's just going to go take this Raptors to heal right back up. Nice dodges from Golden Guardians. Just back in. Where is Licorice? Licorice on a mission. The flank of a lifetime from this Cassante. He's just standing behind behind Team BDS. And they're going to start it. BDS are starting their own Baron here. Adam hiding behind, looking for a pick here. Licorice is going to have to walk forward. Licorice is going to walk very far forward and leave Adam alone in the back lines. This is going to be a nice ulti to block off the damage. River needs to get in. And is this going to be the first Baron steal of the tournament? No, it is not. But Sheo's going to go super low. A nice quickness to charm almost everybody. Stixay's chasing, but it's going to be too far of a chase as Adam's going to get the justice served onto Stixay. And now it's just Gory and Licorice running away, and they don't have the damage to survive. It's an ace for Team BDS. 5,000 damage from Nuclear Int. So much damage. Golden Guardians misplay massively. Stixay, what are you doing? Stixay throwing as he runs right into the enemy. I mean, Licorice doing what he needs to do, walks forwards. Gory with a decent ulti here, but look at the angle. One, River misses the smite because River doesn't have smite because he used it on camps. Stixay, that's fine because he has the range advantage. But look at where he goes after this. He over chases instead of sitting with his team because he wants this Labrov kill, and he's not going to get it because Adam's right there. And that's just going to be so much lost value. Stixay baffling the mind today. 2 horrid extensions on Kalista. Just painfully bad. And it's gone. Look at that. 4,000-ish gold gone to a 1,000 gold, to a 1k gold lead now for BDS because the Guardians are playing in playoff form. 15,000 damage on Gory. You can't make this up, but Stixay's doing nothing. It's all Licorice. It's all, I mean, he gets a good chunk there, but it's just all Gory. Gory's doing so much damage right now, and it's not even a competition. Licorice chasing Nuclear and kind of can. Sorry for the flashing there. Oh no, Crowny's all alone, but Crowny is Ezreal, so he can get this safely. Oh my god, are you kidding me? They're going to get it. This is going to be a Chemtech Soul, who he's not very hidden, and there's just no chance. I mean, that's going to be a lot onto Stixay. I can't cast this fight. I can't see anything that's going on right now. It is impossible to see what's going on. I'm just seeing if it's as bad on this end. Yeah, it's that bad. Okay. It's not looking good. I mean, they get this soul. They're down 2,000, though, and they're about to get their third turret sieged of this Baron push. And there it is. If you're wondering, the video, yes, is behind and stuttery and a mess, obviously. But this is going to be huge. This is a massive gold swing, and maybe we could see what happens here. Good ulti by Sheo, but a nice smite to secure the Chemtech soul. But yeah, that's going to happen. That TP sucked to Licorice. But this is going to be a good play over here as Adam only secures Huhi, which is still a ton, but that's a massive shutdown onto Stixay, and Adam's really shining through now. Once he's been able to get onto the squishies, once the Guardians have to split up and get the squishies. And there's still a chance. The Guardians have a good chance of winning this. It's a 2,000 gold lead, and it's very playable. Gory has his third item now, is he's going to save Manamune. No, he's going to save Archangels for fourth item, it seems. And that's just a lot of damage, though. But he's been overtaken. Nuke hasn't gotten many kills, but has been doing so much damage. The only person even contesting Gory in damage is Nuclearant. Not shockingly, as they are the two AP carries here, but already Nuke is level 18 and has all those stat buffs. Gory's still level 16 and needs to reach those final two stat buffs. It's just, this is not an experienced team, too. I feel like I should say that. This Golden Guardians team is not inexperienced. River has been to Worlds. Licorice, I believe, has been to Worlds. Stixay's been to MSI. Well, all of them have been to MSI, obviously. But Stixay went to MSI. Huhi has been international. So many of these players have played internationally. The only one who hasn't played internationally before MSI 2023 was Gory. So this team has the experience compared to Crowny, who I think went international back in 2018, and Lebrov, who went international once or twice probably. I'll look at it after this. But otherwise, like, this is a situation that should be very, very solvable. We've got a lot of poking to do and a lot of not much else. I think he did. It's going to be Gory coming in here, hopefully finding someone, but a nice ulti to really cancel all that engage. And that's so much. I mean, besides Gory, that's not going to do too much. And this is so delayed. Holy cow. This audio is so delayed. I'm sorry. But they're split up again, and now all the squishies are staring down at him. He's so low. Gory's got to land this damage, though. If Gory doesn't land this damage, it's going to be all over for the Guardians in this game. They're just not hitting anything. They need to find damage at all. And Adam's looking for this flank. It's going to be huge if he can find Stixay. Stixay's not level 16 yet, though. This could be a really big deal. Also, no, Crowny has not gone to international play. They're not even going to be able to get in the pit here. It's just going to be an easy Baron, and now the Golden Guardians are going to have to fight this as they're going to chase down all of them. River with the dance moves, but it's not going to be enough. Flash over the wall, but the burn is going to kill him dead. There's Huhi. A nice flash W onto the correct Nico as well. Gonna force out the Pop Blossom, but it's not even gonna matter. It's not even gonna proc as Nuke takes it out. He will not yield, but will Sheo make him a nice play with the Blast Cone. He can shred through this. He has so much true damage. A nice combo there to dodge all that, but the Redemption's not gonna save him. Cassante with the true damage shreds through Sheo's health bar. But that's not gonna be enough. They're not gonna have it for that. They're not gonna have Nico, so they don't have Kalista ulti. They're not going to end just yet, but that's going to be Adam immediately onto Stixay. A nice shield by Licorice. It's not even going to be enough. Gory doesn't have any mana right now. Gory can't do any damage. That's going to be turret 2 down. They're onto the Nexus. There's no one to stop them. A shuffle into the entirety of BDS. And BDS take the 2-0 lead in the series. And they are one win away from the World Championships. An insane comeback right there. And that's just... It's really a great comeback. Team played insanely well. I mean, the Guardians came back with maybe a plan, but it wasn't that good of a plan. Like, you really need to look at it and go, is this what we want? This is not the play. This really isn't it. They haven't gotten anything that's really worked out. The Talia looked great until they couldn't capitalize on it. They just didn't capitalize on the play at all. Meanwhile, Team BDS have a play in mind and execute it so well every time. It's just not looking too hot at all. I mean, it can't be an experience diff. This Golden Guardians team has some very experienced players. I mean, it's been some experienced players. I mean, yeah, Licorice was there for the 2018 Worlds run. Was there for a terrible 2019 Worlds. And was there for, I mean, besides 2020 Spring. River's been international. This guy has been playing on the best team in the PCS for 3 years. Played 3 years on the best team in the PCS, or well, 2 years on them. And went to MSI when that was an option. Went to Worlds, escaped the play-in stage previously. Went to Worlds again. Didn't even need to go through the play-in stage. He needs to step it up. I mean, Stixay, a part of the legendary CLG team that had a good showing at MSI 26, that went all the way to the finals for the first time in NA. Like, the first NA team to go to the finals. Incredible. And was a part of a really good Worlds appearance. And he needs to show up. He should be the leader of this team. He needs to get this team in order. Huhi was a part of an incredible 100 Thieves team that took a game off of T1 and almost took a game off of EDG and would have had a bigger impact at that World Championships had it actually mattered. And also, Huhi, a part of that 2016 Worlds roster. This team needs to step it up. They have 2 veterans who have been in this pressure before. They felt the pressure of international performance and the weight of expectations on them, and they need to step it up and lead this team somewhere. But until then, it's not 1-0 BDS, actually. I should have edited this beforehand. It's 2-0 BDS. 1 win away from the World Championships. They need to step up or else this series is over. Their Worlds run is over. We'll be back for Game 3. Alright. The kimchicast returns as it is currently 2-0 for Team BDS in the Worlds qualifying series. The last chance to dance. And the Golden Guardians, their dance is going to be very, very short soon, unless they make some big changes in their strategy and execution, as they sit 1 game away from going home and not even making the World Championships. Meanwhile, BDS, 1 win away from qualifying for the World Championships and a matchup with Team Wales this Wednesday. Now, what needs to actually change for the Golden Guardians? Besides the vague statements of draft, execute better, and do it better, and, better. Most importantly, they need to maybe switch up the picks. And if they aren't going to, they need to play obviously better, but they need to maintain their leads. They had such a solid 2 to 3k gold lead for most of the early game, and entering mid, they just kind of threw it away. There were so many advantages they had. They had Gory, who was massively ahead. They had Licorice massively ahead, but Stixay didn't do anything all game. He was just being the serial griefer, taking very aggressive positionings on Kalista when he shouldn't have, and sacrificed way too much to let him back into the game. And honestly, to let all of Team BDS back into the game. And it was what's going to be crucial here. Honestly, I don't even know if Talia's the problem. Talia's was extremely good last game. Gory had a very solid game until all of it fell apart for Golden Guardians. Obviously, the Maokai gone immediately. That's a great strategy in the bans. They need to get rid of this. They need to get rid of Sheo's Maokai. It's just been a massive factor in bringing down this team. And Talia's gone on the side of Golden Guardians. They don't want Team BDS to pick it up at all. Even if it was working super well, they don't have first pick anymore as they opt to go to the red side. What? If you're BDS, you keep it going. If you're Team BDS, you just keep the bans the same. Rumble, Jarvan, not Xayah. It was Rel. Rel was the third one. You want to just keep that going? Yep. And Team BDS know that. They are working with a good thing, and they should just keep it going at this point, as opposed to trying to switch up the strategy. They're going to have to switch up their jungle for the first time this series, but besides that, the Golden Guardians are really all the pressure is on the Guardians to make changes. Team BDS are in a perfect spot. They get to do really whatever they want here, and the Renekton's going to be another ban, so 2 reactionary bans again, and a Talia event. And Nuke, they covered it last time. Are they going to give the Ahri over to Nuke? He wanted to play it clearly. Really wanted to play it. And it looks like it will be locked in. No, they're going to take the Rakan for the Brav for the 3rd time. A very powerful pick that should keep coming in, honestly. If Team BDS do win this series, they should keep it going throughout Worlds, as many teams will. Many teams will want this Rakan. And the fact that Golden Guardians haven't even tried to take it is honestly it might be a part of the issue. What's the counter going to be? They can get the Xayah for the first time this series. Maybe the premier ADC entering this tournament. The prize of the draft. And what are they going to do with it? Honestly, I think you immediately lock in the support. There's no reason to try and delay it. You take a Nautilus, you take an Alistar here. They're going to take Jax for Licorice, though. A champion he's been very comfortable on, and an interesting hover coming out of Team BDS. The Echo, who's not really been contested this year. But it's just going to be another Ezreal getting it done. Crowny going back to what works. And Nuke, noticing the Orianna's available, is more than willing to take it for himself. And Gory going to switch it over and flip the matchup, taking the Azir for himself. I mean, why would you switch it at this point? Xayah works with plenty of supports, and honestly, them banning out Nautilus is not going to be enough to stop Xayah from working. They would need to ban out Nautilus and Alistar and like 2 more engaged champions for it to work. Meanwhile, Golden Guardians could switch their ban phase over to this top lane to avoid Jax counters and the jungle now. Maybe getting this Sejuani out. Don't let him get Sejuani. The Rel's gone, Jarvan's gone, Maokai's gone. 3 premier junglers in this meta are out. And if you can maybe ban out this Sejuani and push, the Darius is going to be gone. Adam, they don't even want him to touch it. But I'm thinking the Golden Guardians ban out this jungle and take him out, or leave Sedge up, actually. They can. They don't need to answer support, as Nautilus is banned out for the 3rd time this series. I mean, the Team BDS has changed 1 ban, and it's just because Kalista was taken. But what are the Guardians going to do? Are they going to ban out the Sejuani, take the Lily, and force a fringe pick? Or are they going to take the Sejuani for themselves, or force BDS to answer it? Lee Sin is gone again. They don't want Lee in this game. Lee got some nice buffs that make him a lot more viable. Another champion that people really were looking forward to. And I think this is going to be an insta-lock Sedge. It's a very powerful pick here. It's one of the best. It's been one of the best for the past 2 years now. There's no chance the Golden Guardians pass up this opportunity to draft the last premier jungle in this meta, right? They're going to take the Leona here, though. That's not bad, actually. But it does leave Licorice open to an engage from Sheo. And it's going to have to be played properly. And, yep, no question, Sheo, the most played champion of the year, I would imagine, is instantly getting more, and Adam is going back to his favorite champions. Oops. Did I press a button? No, that's why. It's a Garen. I mean, yeah, I would take it too, bud. If I were the Garen, yeah. I don't know why they leave it up, and they're going to take Ivern. Ooh. That's a really interesting pick, actually. I'm honestly intrigued, and I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for this, actually. If you're wondering why I'm looking over here, I am digging through data right now to find it. Gold.gg, here we go. In the top and wild card. Sort by picks. Refresh that, actually. The most picked champion is Cassante. Sorry. But the highest presence champion was Sejuani. Nico got a lot of bans. Damn, was she that valuable? But yes, the most banned champion was LeBlanc, of course, but the highest presence jungler of the year in 69% of games is Sejuani, and that is what they just handed over. The strongest, the most common jungler on the patch, by far, or the most common jungler, but not one of the most successful junglers. 47% win rate. But the fact that that's a 47% win rate over 589 games is even a thing is pretty good for any champion. And it's going to be tough. Sheo's played a lot of Sejuani. Ivern really hasn't been meta for most of the year. Only coming in really about around the time when Daisy and other champions like Tibber, or other pets like Tibbers and the Maiden got massive buffs to their resistances and their survivability from Smite. But this is going to be huge. I mean, Ivern, Rivers really... They're really putting all their eggs into this. They're really putting all their eggs into this Ivern basket, really. They're really expecting this Ivern to synergize well with Stixxay and Licorice and get in there and kill. And Daisy to be able to zone super well. And that's a bit of a risky move. The good thing about this is the thing that River has struggled with this series is getting on the map early. Ivern will be able to go over the map early, but Sheo with the Hex Flash, that's not going to be good for River. The Hex Flash was very useful there, and Sheo's just going to be able to steal this away and leave. And River's not going to be able to really counter this, as he's never going to walk over Vision. He's just going straight to Licorice. I mean, yeah. Sheo would never expect this. And Licorice just not prepared, and it's going to be an incredible play. What a play by Sheo there. Great setup. That's so incredible. Just so well played there. That's just going to suck real bad. That's just brutal. I can't even. And River's going to set up. Yep, there it is. Set up the proper play. He's going to have the level lead, but Sheo putting 400 gold onto Adam is going to suck. He's level 1. He can't answer anything. River's going to be able to steal here with the smite available. It's just, oof. Stixay with a nice root. River's in a prime gank position, but I don't know if River's going to get to use it. Nuke with the nice trades onto... Or Gory with the nice trade back onto Nuke. And, yep, River's just going to dip. Nuke might be able to get the kill here, though. No Ignite Gory with the shield is going to be able to survive. Nuclear has been just putting the beat down on Gory for most of this series, without question. And it's kind of a brutal move. This is incredible, though. This is so well played by Sheo. Just a masterclass in how to play jungle really well. That's just terrifying. River's going to not hit level 3. He knows there's a ward there. Almost immediately assumed it. And is able to clear it, and now hits level 4 and is actually a CS up, but is still behind gold. Because that play was incredible from Sheo again. Level 1 was great. Adam is going to get CC'd here, and Licorice is going to be able to win that trade, even through the shield. Now, the question really is, what are BDS going to do to push this? And Gory's going to be dead here. Sheo sitting... Incredible positioning there. That Hex Flash, again, so much value on this Hex Flash from Sheo. It's just going to be another... They could die. They can't really dive Licorice. It's not a good angle. Adam does need to bait this out a little more, but... He does have a stacked wave, actually. This could be a dive angle. But he needs 6. And it's not going to be able to be done at all. And the ADCs are just going to farm up here. It's just going to be farm, get anything they can. LeBron returning to lane here. So Crowny's going to have a friend now. Corey's just so low. This might be the easiest 3-0 ever. This looks so bad for the Golden Guardians through and through. I mean, oof. I don't know, honestly. I don't see an angle for the Guardians to come back in this game at all. Who he's coming in? They need to find the jump, and it's not going to happen. And that's going to be a nice trade there. It's just, you got to get so much going, right? The shuffle is available. Nuke has flash and shockwave now. But Gory can get in there and throw something behind. They don't know River's in there. Now they do. And it's just going to be an immediate disengage. And Adam's here to make this a lot harder for Licorice, as he is going to start shoving now. Or is he going to have to answer this? He is going to get proxied, and the red buff is not quite gone yet. The Raptors are, though. And Adam is just so far ahead now. Already with the finished boots is... Oh, it's just going to be... It's going to be brutal. Just that level 1 got such a good advantage for Team BDS in that top side. And they're going to push this advantage real good. Adam's level 7 already. It's going to be a lot harder for Licorice to trade now because of that level advantage. And Adam having ultimate, which just goes through his little counter-strike. I know I'm being very doom and gloom compared to the game state, which is 700 gold, but it's just... Golden Guardians haven't really shown a knack for turning any of this around so far, and Team BDS have found wins from behind and ahead, so it's just... The odds aren't in their favor. This is going to be massive, as this is just going to be the execute, the ignite. Oh, not enough Flash Ignite used by Adam, but only an ultimate from Licorice. And actually, this is going to be really big now for Licorice. This is a really good trade here. Somehow, Licorice wins a trade easily. River is just taking this from over the wall. It's very good. He's going to finally jump over it. But it's not going to be able to... River's not really going to be able to be stopped here. But Gory's in a bad position right now. Being locked down by Sheo. But here comes Licorice, who he misses. But now it's going to be a jump. A nice one from LeBron. A good push away. Adam doesn't have ulti, but they have no damage right now. Licorice is so far away with an ultimate. Gory was chunked out with no damage. And a good divide to keep everyone on his team safe. But it's still it's back to even now, and they do have pretty much guaranteed a guaranteed 300 gold swing in this Herald. But it's going to matter where they put it. Where do they put this Herald? That's what's going to matter. Gory getting a nice trade onto a manaless Nuclear Int, who is backing Sheo, looking to find Licorice out here. And he will. The Justice. The flash away immediately. Sheo doesn't have ulti. But it's not going to matter. Here comes Labrov. A nice ward hop. But it's going to be into Gore. It's going to be onto Gory to save him. And it's not going to happen. Sheo's finally going to get this kill onto Licorice again. And it's just going to be a big gold swing onto River and Stixxay now. And now it's going to be 3 plates. Actually, that's going to be a whole turret almost. Almost the entire turret coming in. And this is going to be a large gold swing in the bot lane, actually. Not even just a gold swing. This could be a massive fight in the bot lane. Gory taken extremely low by Nuclear Int, who just plays that fight so well. Gory just needs to back now. Who he not with the Solar Flare? No Solar Flare available still. Sheo's down here now. They don't know that, though. Stixxay trying to play away from Crowny, avoid getting procced by a massive ability. Sheo's going to be found out here by the bush. Bush vision was really strong. River trying to get on the map, obviously. Sheo's just dead here. Or Gory's just dead here. A nice shuffle, but I don't think it's going to find anyone. There's a ton of damage. Sheo's super low. And there's no way. Gory just knowing where Sheo was and just doesn't respect it. And who he's still level 5. And that's just such a dangerous... It's just such a disadvantaged position. There's the word. A nice trade there, but is it going to mean anything? Who he finally, level 6, getting that solar down. They're going to just go and finish off this bot. No, they're going to reset here for Dragon. As... What on earth is... It's going to be tough. Again, this is what the Golden Guardians have been struggling with all day. There's just nothing coming out from them. Uh-oh. He's going to get found. But not a lot of damage swing there. Actually, surviving almost all of it. and tanking none. It's not going to change much, though. It's just a little poke damage, which means nothing here. It's just going to be free Drake. Yeah, River's nowhere near. And Team BDS are in such an advantage position with this push in bot lane from Crowny. And the push in mid lane from Nuke. And it's just impossible for the Golden Guardians. River looking top lane for a play right now, but it's immediately going to get spotted on ward. And GG need a play here. Nice dodges from Stixay. A nice root onto Labrav for a good chunk of damage. But it's not going to mean anything. The Golden Guardians don't have an answer. They need an answer. And it's something they've struggled with all playoffs, really. To find a way to win or an answer to problems they are having in game. The plate in gold is even, but the gold difference is not. There's the doggo, the big lion coming out. It's just gotta be depressing for the Golden Guardians here. There's nothing they've done all game. They're really relying on Stixay here, and Stixay's mostly even. And is not going to have a mythic quite yet, as you don't rush it. The Herald's going to be immediately taken by Shadow. A nice trade onto turret, at least, from Stixay, but it's not going to mean anything. Or it's not going to be enough to swing any gold. As they're just going to obliterate this Rift Herald, no questions. Just what are the Guardians going to do? They've shown no interest in any of these mid to late games. They haven't had a mid game all series, pretty much. Besides doing dragons, but BDS have both dragons now, so... And now Gory's into Adam. And that's just going to be an easy execute. Pickens. Just nothing. This is... What are they doing? There's nothing. This is a brutal series for the Golden Guardians, and for BDS, the easiest Worlds appearance you've ever gotten. Is it going to be enough? The damage isn't going to be locked in. The flash away, the cleanse is not going to be enough. Labrav, a nice cleanse from Stixay. Flash forward, secures something. At least something. But BDS have Rift Herald. They're about to siege the top turret. They won't succeed as Gory's there to stop it, but they already got the tier 2. Are they even going to be able to trade the tier 1? The teleport coming in from Nuke. But Nuke is in a bad spot now. Licorice. Tanking so much, Licorice might just die here. Flash Force, too. It's just every step they make, BDS are 3 steps ahead. The Golden Guardians look terrible. They are still in playoff form, sadly. There's just nothing they can do here. Gory playing terribly. This is a good play, but they need to get Crowny here. It's just... I guess that's just kind of the story of BDS right now versus GG. Just never enough. Licorice suspecting something's up and leaving. Yep, suspected something was up and leaves. there's no vision right now for the Golden Guardians. And it's showing in that vision score, considering most of them are just kind of running in blind here. No control wards down, really. They have one ward in the blue side and one ward in the river. Otherwise, nothing happening for the Golden Guardians. Meanwhile, all of their blue side camps identified by Team BDS. They have vision of all the choke points in the enemy jungle. And they're just going to have to surrender a third dragon. This is going to be the fastest soul point of this set so far. And probably the fastest one we will see, as it doesn't seem like the Guardians have much care to fight Team BDS at all, or do much of anything in this game. You look at the player cams, they don't look all too interested. I mean, Team BDS have been talking about just getting it done in 3 all day. Pretty much this whole time, they've just been saying, we're going to get it done in 3. Be prepared, but it's not going to really matter. A nice CC chain onto Adam, but they don't really have anything to trade onto it. Licorice is just going to get caught out and die here, probably. Yeah, not even able to ulti. And it's just going to be an easy solo kill from Nuclear. I mean, what? Do you want a breakdown of that? It's not that interesting. There's the poke. There's the Q auto and the auto continuing. So the passive stacks up. There's the shockwave to do most of the damage. There's the kiting, so Jax can't really jump onto her. And then the secure, as Licorice ults way too late. Just really it. It's not that much. It's not a very complicated play. It was not a very interesting play. I mean, yeah, let's look at it again. Licorice is already half health. Here's a terrible play. Q auto R. Licorice can't jump because he wasted it already. And that's it. Or he's not really a solo kill bruiser kind of champion, but... Or he's a solo kill a very far behind opponent champion. Wow. That's a shout. Sorry. The cast is going off. I wish I could be more engaged in the series. I'm sorry, but it's just such an uninteresting one-sided stomp that there's not much for me to really talk about. There's no team fights. Licorice trying to get his lick back at least. A teleport out even. But Adam's here. Licorice gets the kill anyways. Gory in no man's land, and he's gonna die as well, and there's gonna be no response kill. There's just nothing. There's no hopium. A nice quickness W right onto 3 members of the Golden Guardians, and Stixay's dead. Just holy cow. What do you even do here? What is the play? Like, what even is the play? There's nothing. Like, what? There's, again, not much to talk about. There's nothing happening. And I'm pretty much just gonna say it now. Team BDS, oof, that's a brutal flash recall. I'm just gonna say that Team BDS will be facing Team Wales. I mean, not much else to say. It's pretty much just gonna be Team BDS walk it down mid and end this game. No questions asked. Team BDS are about to walk it down mid, end this game. What are you really going to do here? There's not much. The Guardians never showed up. And another turret down for Licorice, but is it too little too late? It might be. I mean, obviously, it's the best they've ever done, but it's not going to mean much of anything because it is such a meaningless thing. No, I'm just bored at this point. I just want anything to do. I do not really. And it's a soul. I forgot to even mention that. I'm kind of just watching other things at this point. Like, I'm really just not caring because the series is well done. The Golden Guardians will fail to make worlds again. Again, they fail to make the World Championships because they just can't really. They've gone out. The TBDS have played insanely well, yes. But it's not very, like, not a very competitive series. I don't know what else there is to say. It's just kind of, eh. I'm just editing for Thursday's series, if you're wondering. Or for Wednesday's set. I'm more worried about that than this. Huhi is not going to be able to lock down Adam. I'm not even watching the series. This is such a boring set. I'm expecting nothing less from the rest of these. Kind of worried, honestly, because these are two of the best teams in the play-in stage. Oh my fucking god. I'm going to punch something. Mostly because of this stupid fucking... whatever. Again, I'm more concerned about this than I am about the series. It's done. A nice Feather Storm to survive, but it's meaningless. Lipstick pig, etc., etc. You get it. No one's coming. Yo, no one's coming to save them. At all. There's nothing left. Oh, and there goes Adam there goes Licorice, jumped on, flash over the wall, you're still getting executed, justice served, etc., etc. They're on the Nexus. Or, well, they're onto the turrets. Gory gets, like, quarter health right there easily. The feathers are flying for Stixay. They're going to get nothing. No kills. He's down. There's only 2 members of the Golden Guardians left. And Team BDS 3-0 the Golden Guardians to make it to the World Championships proper. Not even competitive. They didn't even look like they wanted to play League of Legends today. And Team BDS have a date with Team Wales in 2 days. I made this preemptively, and it's the last time you'll see the Golden Guardians at the World Championships this year. The Guardians fell off in the playoffs and never recovered, and that's brutal and painful and all that. Is there anything for me to say? The Guardians looked uninterested. They didn't really draft super well. They never did much to get very proactive on the map. It looked really bad, and Team BDS just wanted it more. They looked like they wanted to be in this series. They were really, really engaged and took a lot of proactive plays. I mean, they were very mad that River griefed their early game on Belveth, so they decided to grief River's entire game in Game 3, and it's the easiest 3-0 I've ever watched. I don't feel like giving much more breakdown. This series was so boring to me. I do like Team BDS. I was cheering for them a while ago. I think they'll be fine. But otherwise, that is it for the inaugural kimchicast for Worlds 2023. I will see you tomorrow at the actual World Championships, where we start with Rainbow 7, PSG, and move on to later GAM Esports, Loud.